Okay, we're at number 2 on the beanbag sessions with me, Martin Cousins, and
Mike Morrison.
Right, Mike, we were both in the same session. We're following each other around. We better stop this. So this session was on learning design, and it was with Nick Shackleton-Jones, who has just left BP and is now gone to PA Consulting. But I thought that was a standout session for lots of reasons. You go first. What did you take away from that?
Well, the first word I'm going to say for those that were there is bananas. And, and you smile straight away. If you're in there, what he was really saying was that quite often we try and focus people on content, whereas actually we learn by our experiences, and it's an emotional thing. So if we can put emotional anchors in, people are more likely to remember a session or a piece of content. So in the context of workshops and face-to-face, we really need to engage the emotions in order for learning to happen.
Yeah, and I think that whole thing about how we make sense of the world through our emotions is core to what he was saying. So he uses the affective context theory, which if you follow Nick Shackleton-Jones, which he's at Shackleton-Jones on Twitter, you can read his stuff. It's all there, but it's that idea that actually we just respond to what we've done in the past, don't we, when we come up with new challenges. So I thought a good example of that was what does induction look like in an organisation? Well, he talks about concerns, and then tasks, and then resources. Now, why are concerns important? Because we have concerns like, what should we wear on day one? Or what do we have to do on day one not to make ourselves look really stupid and all this kind of stuff? Yeah. That's what people care about. And all he's talking about is, well, let's look at that and let's think about that and what can we do for those people to help them with that. And it's really simple, but it's about putting the user at the heart of any kind of design. And my second thing was he makes a lovely point about the idea of making people care about stuff. So we're talking about compliance, for example. So he was talking about simulations. Like he sees learning design in 2 camps. One is make people care about something. So you might do immersive stuff around health and safety, which shows people dying as a result of doing something wrong. Then they might care about that. And then you've just got the stuff which is just giving people resources to let them do their job. They care, and they care enough and they want to get on with their job. So what do we provide them with? Not courses.
I think for me that was really important, in that what he seems to be providing is a series of resources that people could just go to and use when they needed it. It was easy to find, quick to use. It wasn't coached, it was delivered. You want to do this? This is how you do it. It's real quick fix, dare I use the phrase, bite-sized pieces of information. So it's not bite-sized learning, it's here's a map, like a tube map. Here's a tube map. This is how you can get from A to B. Carry it with you, you don't need to remember it. I think for me that was perhaps one of the most important things, that we need to start focusing on resources, because Google is already there. People are already Googling this stuff. So if we want people to do stuff our way, we need to provide those how-tos in our way. Yeah,
I think that's a great point. It's the resource idea it's not for learning. We don't use a tube map for learning. We need to use a tube map to get from A to B.
Solve the problem.
Yeah, and that's what we need to think about more.
Yeah, great session.
Yeah, thanks Mike.
Thank you.
See you back on the beanbag soon.
Back at the beanbag.